Good afternoon from Sacred Space at Titania's Realm. It's 12:13 p.m. on the 31st of May 2024. I've come down with a bit of a barking bronchitis, which is not good, and so feeling a bit miserable and under the weather. But I had a bit of a lie-in bed this morning and listening to all the interesting podcasts and snoozed through most of them, so probably didn't absorb too much knowledge, but it is what it is, babies. So it was very misty this morning, and I thought, we're going to have a lot of rain again today, but blue skies and sunshine, so I'm taking advantage of it. I've brought Charlie outside with me. Where is she? So she can enjoy the day too. And life is beautiful, people, and it goes on and on until it doesn't. But yes, Mama T could do with a cuddle and $20 million right now. Oh, well, anyway, I'll get a cuddle from Charlie when she's in the mood later, no doubt. Anyway, I've decided to intrepidly carry on with my daily vlogs because I get some little pearls of wisdom from my own writings too and get a bit of delight out of it. I know it sounds narcissistic, but what else have I got going on in my life? I'm a bit upset that I can't go dancing tonight because I don't think this is COVID. I often get bronchitis and when the weather turns damp and cold. But I don't really want to push myself out there when I'm really not well and potentially, spread germs on other innocent party goers or dancers. So I'm a bit disappointed. But it takes that to stop me from dancing, so there is that. Anyway, let us begin. Memories, 31st of May 2023, and it's titled Brawls and Beloveds. I know. And for some whimsical reason, that makes sense only to me, I posted a photo of all my beaded curtains that I have in my dining area window, which is forms part of my kitchen. So I must have just cleaned them or rearranged them or something, so I was showing them off. By the gods, everything needs dusting. It's probably why I'm sick. I'm probably sick from all the fucking dust. I'll have to get into it. I just don't feel well. I really don't. But anyway, I never feel well. Very, very rarely do I feel well, except when I'm in the midst of my shamanic dance, tuned into the gods and a few Jack Daniels and, letting the music move through me. Then I feel astonishingly well and powerful, but the rest of the time, not so much. So, 31st of May 2023. We're in a full-blown apocalypse and or depression. Another house on my street has been painted grey by its conformist, lacking imagination owners. Grey? Charlie? I think she missed me. Just missed me. Grey is a colour of financial collapse, Charlie. And I find it a depressing colour, which is ironic because there's grey in the stress. But yes, I would never paint my house or fence grey. It's a sign of poverty and being a fucking loser. But they're all complicit in their own hive mind, prison cells in their open air prison since COVID. We must remember that they've all sustained quite a bit of damage. So I must forgive them too. But I don't want to get all Christed or anything because I hate that religion too. So I'm just going to ride the very fine line, staying sane on both sides of the middle. By the gods. Who wants to live in a house painted grey, where everywhere you look, nothing but grey, grey? Maybe I should tack my dress to their fence as a protest. They wouldn't get it though, they're too dumb. Oh dear goddess. Well, maybe they're not dumb, maybe they're just brainwashed. There is a distinction, people. They can't all be dumb, they own their own homes. I was the dumb one, getting financially raped over and over and over again by my family of origin and my ex-husband. Bastards. Anyway, I have a lovely home to live in and I won't be letting them paint it grey. If they ever paint, they haven't painted this house in 21 years. I don't think they're going to. They're hoping that I die first and they can sell the stock off. Anyway, what did I say? Grey is a colour of financial collapse. See also beige. I mean, my house technically is a pale, no, it's not, it's more of a cream, but it's bordering on beige. I hate beige. My friend Jared once rang me up many years ago, probably 20 years ago. He rang me up and he said, "I'm so depressed, Tanya." I said, "Oh, that's not like you, Jared, to be depressed," because I'm usually the depressed one, right? I said, "What's happened, my darling?" He said, "I've just read an article that NASA or some space agency took photos of the universe." And he said, "It's coloured beige. The universe is beige." And he started crying, kind of. I said, "Jared, you know they're idiots. They just forgot to put the filters. I'm sure the universe is not beige. The sky we see is black with stars. I'm sure it's much, much prettier than what they want to present to you. It's a part of their programming to turn us into, you know, autonomous zombie fucking monsters and deprive us of colour and joy in our lives." And then he brightened up instantly. I said, "You're an artist, Jared. Just paint the universe whatever colour you want." He said, "Not beige." Oh, he's so sweet, my darling. He really is. That's why we're friends. That's why we're friends. He gets it. Grey paint must be cheap these days, or some dickwad has cornered the market into whatever chemicals go into formulating grey. Laughing my ass off. By the way, I wore this dress yesterday. Yes, I'm wearing it 2 days in a row. It's still clean, and I would never have bought this dress under my own steam because I like the animal print, but I don't like the grey. But I'm wearing it because it's warm and kind of a fluffy kind of plush material and feels kind of snuggly. So I'm overlooking the grey, people. Seriously. But anyway, if I start wearing grey every day, you will know that I have reached the point of no return on my death spiralling through life. By the gods. 2 days in a row is bad enough. Right, here we go. On cornering the market and whatever chemicals go into making gay. Well, there is that too. Whatever chemicals go into formulating grey. I don't know what that's about. I am now on the bus to the city for my much needed, much awaited, try 3 years in the waiting because of COVID, much awaited dentist appointment. Could do with seeing her again, quite frankly. I've got pain in my jaw here, and that one that was supposed to be a root canal's been arcing up. But I think it's only because I'm depleted and unwell with this current cold that even my teeth ached. So I'm so fucking sensitive, people. Not just to colour, but to energy shifts and illnesses and, oh dear goddess, it just goes on and on and on. But anyway, driving past the service station, I see that petrol is up to $2.05 again. Went up a lot higher than that in recent months. They, meaning our government and our multinationals, are crushing us slowly and in unacceptable increments. Motherfuckers. We're all like little frogs in a pot and they just keep turning the water up. I saw the evidence of that when I confronted that dangerous venal little moron, Joseph Kelly MP, that came to my gate. Oh, well, I make plenty of money. They really are that venal. They want us all dead. That was the plan all along. I said it all along. I don't enjoy being right in this case. They really are that putrescent. And then threatening me. Oh, don't you live in Buranda housing? Like a direct fucking threat. He's lucky he was on the opposite side of the gate, actually. Very lucky. Anyway, I've told him to his face I'll never vote for him or his party ever again. And I was a staunch Labour Party supporter all my life. I won't vote for any of them. They're all complicit, people of Earth. Every party are complicit. Just bear that in mind next time you go to the elections. If I ever get enough money in the near future to paint my house, which is an impossible dream, costs at least $20,000, as Department of Housing is derelict of their duties and my house hasn't been painted since I moved in, now 21 years ago, I shall paint in turquoise and pink and purple and probably throw buckets of glitter all over it too. Oh, no, I probably wouldn't. But it's a lovely thought to get revenge on them, isn't it? Glitter up your life, darlings. Razzle dazzle, shimmy shake. Fucking idiots. I may have to live amongst the drab and conformist, unimaginative NPC world, but I will never, ever let my house be painted grey or beige. It's a matter of principle and defiance. You can be poor as dirt, but you don't have to grey out your life as well. No, the rich are greying out their lives. It's like living in an open-air coffin all the time. And I'm trying to hold on to my sanity living amongst all this. It's actually quite frightening when you think about it. Soylent grey instead of soylent green. They really were soylent when the COVID programming came about. That's all I have to say about that. Stand up for colour, vibrancy, full creative expression, freedom to the palate, food on your plate, petrol in your cars, love in your life. Take courage. I defy. My friend in America, Jan, wrote, "Grey house sounds depressing," and I replied, I observed even the buildings on the bus ride to the city, most are shades of grey or beige. I almost took a photo with glee of one building that was painted in blocks of pink and purple, the only brightly painted building. I thought to myself, that owner is an artist and a rebel like me. Indeed, the only one that stands out with all the beautiful colour on their building. Jan wrote, petrol here in New York, oh, so she lives in New York, okay, is $4.87, and that's American dollars. By the gods, I replied, ouchies. Wow, 2 massive fillings and a possible root canal needed. Also, partial dentures for my 2 missing back teeth. Arg, never got those, never heard back about those. It's all bullshit, people. The private dentist said I need them because my teeth are caving in and I'm left to rot. That's how it is. They're trying to rot me out. Refuse to paint my house. Could it? We're down to the bare wood now. Oh, gee, Charlie, it's heinous. It's heinous. But anyway, I won't be relying on that genocidal fucking murderer to advocate for me with Buranda housing, as he knows I absolutely despise him now. So I guess I shot myself in my own foot, but you know what? I'm not a hypocrite, and I don't poison our babies and children, just say. But the dentist was a brilliant one. So excellent, she really was. She was a lovely woman. I haven't had such excellent dentistry in years. We bonded over the fact she also makes jewellery as a hobby. A talented, gifted and beautiful woman, Dr. Sohail Azami of Significant Smiles, is a star. I'm so grateful I got to be her patient today. I'm hoping the tooth, which looks to need a root canal, settles down. Pardon me. It sort of did, but it's sort of playing up again. But that's because I'm sick. When I get sick, everything falls apart, darlings. We are trying to save my remaining toothies. Yowza, yowza. So a big thank you to the algorithms or spy that saw my YouTube video complaining about the pain in my jaw and fearing I had a cyst. Maybe it was a coincidence, but someone had my back. Goddess bless whoever that someone is or was. Today has been a smooth sailing type of day. I just caught the 180 bus in the nick of time. Same this morning. I set my alarm for 8 a.m, but my nervous system woke me up at 7 a.m, gifting me plenty of time to shower, wash my hair, shave my legs, dress, and catch the bus. I've had a nice lunch in the Maya Centre food court, even with still very numb gums and a swollen face. Honestly, Tanya, by the gods. I floated out of my body a fair bit, but the food reminded me that I am not a hungry ghost, but a grounded in reality, clairsentient being with food gratification. It was lunchtime and I was hungry. I think it was partially that, partially I was comfort feeding too. My favourite Japanese chicken curry with rice, which was soft enough for ragged jaws. Don't mind me. Oh, dear goddess. I stopped in at AJS to buy more sterling wire to finish off my chain. So that is another project in perfect synchronous flow. I joked with the staff that today feels like a good soldering day where everything just flows perfectly in perfect timing, no worries at all. Even they had to laugh. I realise I am sounding more and more bonkers, but hey, I am a creative, soldering warrior goddess, strutting my stuff even with very fraught teeth. A champion. I feel so happy and grateful about receiving proper dental care that I feel like buying a lotto ticket to celebrate my good fortune. Oh dear goddess. I pray I don't need a root canal. Hopefully that tooth behaves. By the gods, she threw a bit of a tantrum during the treatment. The tooth, not the dentist. Even my teeth have their own consciousness. Well, they have been telling me for 3 years that we were in trouble. 3 years to finally get treated. Oh my God. But it is well on the way. I dread partial dentures, but it will save me from losing my back teeth that basically are doing all the work and risk damaging the expensive and cosmetically necessary front ones. I feel like I'm being watched. Last time it was a beautiful little butcher bird. Oh well. I am loved, I am cared for, I am cherished, I am protected, I am healed, I am happy. I am surrounded by good, kind people, although I fought off an incel on the internet this morning. The world is filled with magic and awe, and I am resonating on a frequency where all my needs are met and honoured in a timely, gracious manner, with harm to none and competition with none. It seems my funny little manifestations are coming to fruition. I am grateful for that too. Oh dear goddess. May 31st, 2021. Man, I am all over the place today. I can't focus on anything, pacing like an expectant father. Must be a shift happening in the cosmos. I think I better ground myself by cleaning the filter in the fish pond. It also looks like we might get rain at last. Which reminds me I need to clean the filter again. Then I posted a excerpt by Jeff Brown. I commented, "Don't allow someone's silence to imprison you in a museum of old pain." An excerpt from my latest book, Hearticulations. And he writes, "As many of us have found out, silence can be violence when it is used in an effort to wound. It is one of the most potent ways to cause deep suffering. And it's a very effective strategy, particularly when utilised on highly relational beings, because highly relational beings are built for dialogue. They are ready, willing and able to process the material that comes up between them and those they are connected to. They don't know any other way. When they are denied that opportunity, they suffer, and not just on an emotional level. They suffer immunologically as well. They become more at risk of disease when the bridge to expression is blocked, because all those unsaid words and unprocessed feelings congeal inside, weakening their physical well-being. If you are someone who is still carrying the remnants of unresolved material that was denied expression by silent treatment, do your best to move that material through you. If you can't do it with the silencing aggressor, do it with a therapist or with another friend. Don't allow someone else's silence to imprison you in a museum of old pain. Express it fully, move it on through. It's not yours for the keeping. Later that day I wrote, trigger warning, discussion of suicide, trauma and treachery. So if you're not feeling well today mentally, go and have a nice walk in the garden or read a book of something more cheerful than my offerings today, or hug your cat. Don't be a prisoner of my misery, my lived experiences. Miss my little angel face, a true fur friend whose love was ennobling and protective. I still remember how she stood beside the bath and reached out to me when I attempted suicide. I think it was her spirit that put out the distress call for help. For months after, she freaked out every time I took a bath. I would comfort her by saying, "Not tonight, Penny. The gods and you won't let me go just yet." When she died, I screamed and howled as it was like losing my only true friend and/or daughter. Also, her death had been slow and dragged out by the sadistic vet. Cunt. But I know in truth there is no real death, and she is always with me, my sweet little cat, my queen. And let's be real here, during those years, the past 7 years, I was pouring love into that monstrous, vacuous, cruel, sadistic cunt, my former lover, seeping so much love even if he was not aware of it, when in truth I needed to love my own silly, foolish, pathetic, weakened by grief and betrayal self. So weakened I almost died of tooth, nerve pain, suicide, gallbladder, and my own inability to thrive. I think I saw him driving towards me as I was heading to the motorway. It's eerie how he haunts me when I go to drumming circle. I rose above it. Could have been another Jeep and another driver. It might be a doppelganger. Nothing stops me from living my life and enjoying the little things I wish to do. Not that nasty little man or those former pub and or casino friends, or even death. I am more powerful than even I realised back in those days, where I danced in a trance and a daze, trying to call my spirit home after the evils of my mother and the Shearers. So the filthy vermin that jumped on me physically and spiritually, hoping to catch a ride, evil fuckers, or those who try to diminish my spirit, well, I will be seeing you in hell, if there is one. There will be no conciliation or reconciliations or forgiveness until they rectify their behaviours and attitudes towards me. I fought long and hard to gain reintegration into my life after the numerous harms they wrought for me. The gods and I have a contract. I need to learn skills that make me feel successful and proud of my few rarefied accomplishments, and leave those bastards to sit in the dust from whence they came, like the ghosts in the machine they always were and or are. It's all illusion, babies, a virtual reality game, and I'm tired of the rat wheel and the maze and the soulless fucks that were drawn to my light and fight. But magic happens, sweethearts. It truly does. I have evolved into a woman that is strong and determined, but my weaknesses I loved far too much for far too long. The past few months have been kinder to me. I let go. I made myself busy with materialist manifestations of my creative spirit. I even fantasized about getting my own business again and being financially stable and independent so that no fucking rapey, abusive, treacherous, using, malevolent man can ever bring me down again. But that's not how it works. My creativity and my business dream is just a distraction while I bleed love from the eternal source of life into a vapid, callow man. Luckily, the Eternal One keeps filling me up, feeding my soul with the ambrosia of the gods, and gifts me the most remarkable, strong, loyal friends to offset the agony. Yes, grateful and happy to be alive and in love with the Tanya at long last. May 31st, 2019. Oh look, 11:11 a.m. Very cool. Thank you, my angels. That's in reference to seeing recurring number sequences, which I often see 11s when there's a shift or a message coming for me. It's quite astonishing at times. If I ever fulfill my dream of moving to Byron Bay, I will get a rabbit. I miss my little grandson Ramon, also little Suki. My daughter's posted a photo of her cuddling our little Ramon. Bookshelf bunny cuddles. He really was a gorgeous rabbit. He really was. All my pets and my friends' pets and my daughter's pets, each one has their own little personality, and they were all gorgeous. Charlie's playing, fighting with her swing. Here I shared a meme. Stop waiting for Friday. Today's Friday. For summer. For someone to fall in love with you. For life. Happiness is achieved when you stop waiting for it and make the most of the moment you are in now. That's so true. but for a joke I wrote, but, but, it's Friday. Wow. It's Friday and I probably can't go dancing tonight. I guess if I'm not coughing too much and if I do a COVID test and I don't have COVID, I could technically still go dancing. But I'm having trouble getting air in and yeah, I'm not going to torture myself tonight. Wow. No, Shabbat Shalom. It's been a weird sort of day. I felt off most of the day, so stayed in bed. But around 3 p.m, I took pity on a certain pooch and took him and Charlie Bird for a walk around the block, 2 blocks. Even though my asthma is bad and I feel weak and crappy. But anyway, that short walk helped me reintegrate in my body. So then I spent the evening taking down the beaded window fascinators in the kitchen window, washing them, added bells to a couple. I am obsessed with bells lately. Ding dong, the witch is dead, comes to mind. I actually walked to Elite Handcrafts yesterday to buy more brass bells, but they were closed. I am craving more sound healing, I guess, or the fairies have body snatched me, and it is they who crave tinkling bells. Move over, Tinker. Anyway, I digress. I polished the copper window pole, meaning the pole that holds everything up, right? The curtain rod is what I should have called it. That's what I should have called it, the curtain rod. And hung all the beaded thingies. Oh, did you just see that bird behind my head fluttering up and down? It looked like a power-headed, power-headed rosella actually. Where was I? And hung all the beaded thingies from my obsessional compulsive hoarding of trinkets back up. Then I realised they're not all in alignment, but fuck it, I don't care. It's art. Being squidgy is how I roll. That's for sure. Now it is quite cold this evening, and I am contemplating whether to go dancing and rock the Casbah. Okay. Not as exciting. The live wire bar dance floor, where I'm forced to dance without a drink in my hand, which is tiresome, as I don't want to fraternise or slosh alcohol down my neck so I can quickly resume my dancing. I actually don't enjoy that aspect at all now. I'm so avoidant. Mama T is grateful that no drunks can soak her beautiful frocks with deliberately aimed booze by aforementioned drunken oafs. But why, oh why, am I punished for yet again standing up for myself? So, darlings, do I dance or stay home in the comfort of my humble abode, perhaps buy cheap wine and drink alone without forced interactions with others? I can't decide in this moment, but alter egos are playing and I do like them. So we shall see, perchance to dance. I don't need much to drink to be fabulous anyway. Update 31st of May 2020. Funnily enough, I was polishing the brass bells and beads tonight as well. 31st of May 2018. I have spent the evening doing washing, changing bed linen and decluttering my laundry. Oh my God, Crystal is half right. I have been hoarding. I threw out excess old mismatched cutlery, plastic containers, glass jars, only a few jars as I like recycling them. I took the velvet drapes down in the spare room as they are dusty and covered in cat fur. Gross. So that will be another day of washing tomorrow. Now rather sore and tired, so soaking my muscles in a hot Epsom salt bath. Tomorrow I will try to release more stuff. If anyone is interested in buying a chest freezer, $50, and a bar fridge, $50, and 2 timber wardrobes, $40 each, please PM me. Time to let go of stuff that I am not utilising. Lila Tov. Good night, you all. 31st of May, 2017. I had another wonderful day in Byron Bay with Jenny and Terry. We arrived about 11:30 a.m. and left at 6ish. Just got home. So awesome. We got to dance with the drumming circle again. Beauregard was terrified of the drums at first, but soon was jiving to the beat in Demama's protective arms. The beach was wonderful. I had a swim. Grateful and happy woman here. Thank you, universe, and my beautiful friends. I came home to discover the fence is still a long way from being finished. The workmen had not arrived when we left for Byron at 9:30 a.m, so I knew it was going to be another put-off job. I took photos of the shoddy workmanship. I'm still deciding whether to complain about the fencing job to housing. After all, I only live here. Didn't she? But if the crap falls down in 5 years, not enough concrete in the last posts, they will try to blame me, no doubt. I'm happy. I had a nice day in Byron though. And there's a photo of me with my boy. We're having a cuddle. My beautiful boy. 31st of May, 2016. Good morning, Facebook friends and YouTube friends. It is a beautiful sunny morning. I am just out of bed. I was blessed with an egg this morning, so one of my recalcitrant hens has been eye-poppingly busy this morning. This is ironic, as I bought half a dozen eggs yesterday. I had a lovely day with Jared yesterday. I love spending time with my friends. I am still a bit tired, but waking up this early might be an improvement. Life is good. Ha ha, I just called out to the drain. Penny, come out if you are in there. Here she comes. She mewed in disgust, then walked back to her spot. Mama, I got work to do down in the bowels of hell. I said, I know, but do you realise how much work it is for Mama to tell people not to steal you and that you are my cat? She just lay down and rolled her eyes. Maybe she wants to be catnapped. She used to like to go down the sewer, which was probably looking for rats or mice, but it was hilarious, really hilarious. Some long-haired heavy metal guy Oh, I wrote under that photo, Penny the guardian of the gates of hell, the drain. Some long-haired heavy metal guy stopped to admire my pussy. I could see him thinking she was a stray and contemplating stealing her. Penny loves to sit like a guardian of the sewer drain that leads to the river or Mordor. I saw his face light up with a gleam of covetousness. So I yell out, "The cat is mine." He nods back, slightly disappointed. I will have to make a sign. Any cat seen emerging, leaving, or guarding the sewer belong to the witch at 44 Diamond Street. They are not homeless, they just love freestyling. I have had several people attempt to steal Penny and Mushu and socks. It is nice my cats are highly desirable, but geez whiskers, people, get your own feline overlords. 31st of May 2014. She's playing. I am overwhelmed to discover who my real friends are. Oh, she stopped when I went to show you. Show the people how you were doing that little dance, Charlie. You do a little dance? No? Alright, whatever. I'm overwhelmed to discover who my real friends are. Funny how being attacked by 3 people brings me to the realization that there are plenty of good people around me who do genuinely care. Nothing like the threshing floor to sort the wheat from the chaff. Not cool that I get put through this again and again, but God does move in mysterious ways, and we all know what happens to those who harm me for no good reason. I shall sit back and enjoy life as usual and watch karma dish out what karma dishes out. It's a cold dish, but it can taste really good at times. Charlie. From the comments section. Yeah, I've just got a swollen, soon to be bruised back of my shoulder. It took 3 very large security guards to get the 3 assholes off me. I went berserk, fighting them off after one of them spat in my face. Kind of funny really, except now I can't exactly go back as I now have a reputation for violence. I didn't start it, obviously. I'm very distressed. This seems to happen to me way too often for my liking. What can I say? Trauma and more trauma, but I am damn proud of myself for coming out fighting. I probably shouldn't be, but I am that I am. Jared wrote, "What the fuck? Why didn't you tell me about this when I asked what was wrong last night and today? You still have friends out there that care. Don't forget that." I replied, "I told you I was in a fight, Jay. It's all good. I know I'm loved, just very gutted at being a perpetual victim and or shield maiden. All I ever wanted was to find a loving male partner, and now that is ruined for me, as she has told them all I am crazy, and let's face it, both men I liked have seen me in full flight, so guess what? I look pretty crazy. Oh well, such is life. I was crazy from PTSD, not the mania she is spreading lies about, that filthy fucking former friend I won't name and I call Creature. I get beaten up in that pub and she runs around and slanders me to everyone as well. That's why she's a creature, amongst other things, but anyway. Although that too could happen one day, then my life will be over. Oh, I'll have to get back to that. Holly, I'm not sure I can go back. It seems every other week I end up in a fight with someone. The last one was only a few weeks back. Security think I am in too much trouble. I guess I am. I love that place, which is weird given how much trouble occurs there and how often I have to fight off predators and drunks, or sometimes drunk predators as well. Roscoe was sweet though and asked me if I was okay when he found me hanging out with George outside the casino. As for the others, they did pull the people off me, so they did their job, but it's embarrassing for me to keep going back to a place where I am in constant combat. It makes me look A, desperate, B, crazy, C, like a shit stirrer, and D, or a victim, when in actual fact I was merely holding my own ground and striving as I always do to gain mastery over the psychopaths, am I right? But anyway, I like to think I am none of those things, so I am magnetically drawn like a moth to a flame to prove myself over and again. But it's the same people who attack me each time, and now they roam in packs, laughing out loud. Here I wrote later that day. They tried to kill me, I won, let's party. Nil carborundum et bastardos, never let the bastards grind you down. So Joe picked me up and helped me pick up my car from that former friend, which was lovely of her. Then we spent the afternoon together. She made me copious cups of tea and listened to me debrief my tumultuous night last night. It's a shame it went so wrong, as I was feeling happy and beautiful and was dancing with a very shy, sweet young man who actually told me he was nervous to be around me when he was trying to tighten my necklace. I was very touched by this, as it's obvious he has a bit of a crush on me, but being rather young, I hadn't really taken him up on his vibe. Next thing I know, I was in a brawl with two men and a woman when I firmly but gently pushed the other guy away as he had leant back into me for the 5th bloody time, and I was heartily sick of it. So that guy turned and punched me in the back of my shoulder, and I insisted the security throw him out, and next thing I knew, his two friends were attacking me as well. The male friend spat in my face, so I lost it then, and the woman tore at my hair, so I kicked her in the nether regions. Motherfuckers. I'm sick to death of having to fight for my right to dance and have a nice time. The worst thing is, my friend was yelling at me that I am manic, which is really a form of gaslighting and scapegoating and setting me up, the bitch, which makes me wonder if those people that attacked me were friends of hers and she'd set the whole thing up. She's quite capable of doing something savage like that. She's a fucking animal. But anyway, the worst thing is she was yelling that I am manic, which I absolutely am not, and went and told everyone, including security at the casino, that I was manic and punched the woman in the face, which I did not. Mid-fighting, I apologised to the sweet young man about the upset, got dragged outside by the couple, or ended up in the doorway with her tearing at my hair. It all happened so fast, even I am not sure how they got involved, except I told them distinctly to stay out of it. So laughing my ass off, there goes any chance at a nice love life now that my so-called friend has told everyone I am crazy and violent. The violence I admit to is I was not going to let someone attack me and get away with it. I mean, spitting in my face like a fucking animal after punching me, by the way, is just It's just fucking creepy. And then the worst is lying about me defending myself. That is so unforgivable. Then she followed me to the casino and had the nerve to tell security that I had just been in an altercation and punched someone, so they hassled me. I said, I have been in an altercation at the pub, yes, but I have not caused a problem here. So what happened at the pub is none of your business. To which the security guy, usually a bit of a sadist that didn't like me much, agreed with me. Then when I came out and found the friend waiting for me, pretending she cared after causing problems for me at the casino, and I told her the friendship was over, I got told by security to move on again, which was grossly unfair, as I had not done anything at the casino. Actually, I hadn't really done anything except defend myself at Irish Murphy's, so there is that. Anyway, I went and had a cry at the park, as I had an hour to kill while I waited for the Nightlink buses to start at 1:30 a.m. And the lovely George, who was a true friend, nice to know these things in the night in a crisis, came to get me and asked me to sing with him and dance as we normally do, and if not, I had to go home, as it was not good for me to be upset like this. The reason why I probably hadn't gone home is I didn't have enough money for a taxi fare, and it's the other reason I was waiting for the buses to start. But anywho, so I joined him and some gorgeous wild woman in the night, Trudy from Noosa, God bless you Trudy from Noosa, came along, and she must have sensed my trauma, grief and pain, because she danced with me and hugged and kissed me and told me how awesome I am and how beautiful. She wasn't gay, as her man was waiting around with us, and I told her that she had been a gift to me in the night and a blessing, and I appreciated her love so very much, and she was just what I needed. Angels in human form are still angels. An older man, a friend of George's, also comforted me and said, I still see darkness in you, the hurt. I smiled and nodded. The darkness, 49 years of it, an indelible mark like the beast. Trauma, violence, abuse, and the dying, starving inner child, looking for love and finding it amongst the torpid ugliness and filth and squalor of Brisbane City. I am grateful to those brave, beautiful souls, Joe, Shauna, Roscoe, George, Trudy and her man, Barry, Lucy, whose handbag was stolen last night while we were at the casino. I got in later, lol. Who did not turn on me and call me crazy, but loved me anyway and helped me heal by laughing with me, singing and dancing and loving. That is my blessing, that I am loved in spite of my now many enemies. And Kate Kitching, who was a friend I danced with often at Irish Murphy's back in the day, sent me a meme. There's always going to be bad stuff out there, but here's the amazing thing. Light trumps darkness every time. You can stick a candle in the dark, but you can't stick the dark into the light. By Jodie Picoult. Update, 31st of May 2022. Ironically, I have a very sore shoulder 8 years later, as I had a skin cancer cut out yesterday. A different kind of attack, a life-saving one, but it hurts quite badly at 12:32 a.m. Funny how these patterns seem to keep recurring. At least I was not involved in a brawl with fucking miscreants this time. 31st of May 2013. Home from a night out. Thursday night at the pub, Jabba played. The bass guitarist said hi to me, but other than that, I had a pretty irritating time because some guy who threatened me a few weeks ago was there, so I ignored him, and to be fair, he stayed away, but I was hypervigilant due to that. Then some young Irish twats stole my hat and hid it, so I was furious about that. And another guy was hassling me on the dance floor, so I had to ask security to tell him to back off, which he did. Then when I finally decided to leave around midnight, I wove my way decisively through the dance floor and was out the door to bemusedly observe Phil the biker, who watches me avidly each week, but rarely ever speaks to me or even says hello, follow me out. I went to get a cappuccino at the kebab shop and was surprised to find Phil waiting for me. Not being obvious, but sort of loitering with the smokers. I went to press the button for the pedestrian crossing, and he and I sort of nodded to each other. Then I casually walked up Elizabeth Street to my car. I find it rather touching that he had worried enough about me to make sure I left safely. He must have seen that I was rather uptight about the shitty treatment and thought he would take it upon himself to see me off. Oh, that was actually very kind of him, to be fair. Still awake, pondering. A young couple were on the dance floor alongside of me, and they were locked in a passionate embrace, smooching a la French. I looked over and smiled, but then discreetly looked away, focusing my attention on the TV on the left-hand wall. I was thinking I was glad to be single and to not have to cope with such passionate public displays of affection, but then remembered I have never been truly loved, so I wondered if that might have made a difference in my life if I had been. The band leader told them they were too much and should really get a room, as it was hard for him to play, as it was making him horny. Lol. They smiled and walked towards the door. Jabba says again, "Geez, dude." It was actually Nathan Ward. Oh, he's an arsehole, actually. I don't like him, but anyway. "Geez, dude, every man in here wants to be you," to the young couple. The young woman approached me, and half cynically I said to her, "Don't worry, I don't want to be you." She surprised me by replying, "Wow, 'cause I really want to be you, hun." So I calmly replied, "Oh no, really, darling. No, you don't ever want to be me." She kissed me on the cheek, saying, "I do, 'cause you are beautiful." I was quite stunned, but as they were leaving, she said to me, "Go on, give him a hug," pointing to her new man. So I pointed to my left cheek, which he happily kissed. Then I embraced him, and she, he, and I sort of group hugged. Then they departed. My heart melted briefly, but it was a very odd thing to happen. I blessed them with a lovely evening without saying another word. Random things like this happen to me a lot when I am out. 31st of May 2012. I slept from 4 a.m. till 5 p.m. today. I was busy all night sorting my kitchen cupboards and putting stuff away, plus finishing all the dishes. It was epic. Now I have the floors to clean. My place will look livable for the first time in weeks. Woohoo! And this concludes my readings of Even Date. I need to go and take some Ventolin because there's quite a definitive wheeze there, and enjoy the rest of the sunshine. Maybe even get my washing off the line, because I think it will rain again later this arvo. And life is beautiful, people. Enjoy every single moment of it. It's a gift from the gods. You're here for a reason, even if it often doesn't make sense. And remember, as always, love the ones who love you truly and nobly and honouringly and sincerely, and slough off the rest, and never ever let the bastards grind you down. Good afternoon from Sacred Space, Titania's realm.